Hello, my name is Second, and we are playing All the Mods 9. And today, among other things, we're going to continue our way down the mechanism quest line. We made some enriched carbon in our enrichment chamber out of some coal just to complete that quest. I thought we'd complete a whole bunch of them here. Okay, a little reinforced alloy, a little osmium. Now, what we're probably gonna do is we've got all the more advanced ore processing over here. And then working with more advanced machinery, antimatter. Okay. We've got all these random things that we can make. We are gonna definitely want to make an osmium compressor. And we probably... This is very funny, this setup for water, but we're probably gonna want to replace it with something better. Even though we have mechanism in the pack now, these old quest rewards still don't do anything. Now we'll probably have a line of various. Oh, there goes my mouse. Come on. We're probably gonna have a line of various fluid what have yous along here. So what we've got here is a sink right on top of our fluid tank. We're gonna take our pipe wrench, set the pipe to extract. That'll start filling up the tank. And now we'll have access to water directly. Now what I want to think about is getting a gas-powered generator set up. We're going to take our friendly neighborhood entangled binder, and we're going to make ourselves... Do we have an entangled block recipe? Doesn't look like we do. Let's just make sure. Nope, doesn't look like it. Also doesn't look like that works. Okay, one entangled block, right? Oh, this recipe is changed. Okay. Well, so much for that idea. Okay, anyway, we're gonna get on the trail to some refined obsidian. We are going to need refined obsidian. We do need refined obsidian. We are going to need an osmium compressor. There we go. All stuff we've seen before. And we'll just throw it in here and get it going. Now there's only two things this makes. And we'll be able to get them from bees soon enough, I believe. But for the time being, we're just going to throw a bunch of osmium in here. That'll liquefy it or gasify it or something. And what we make with this thing is refined obsidian and refined glowstone. We're probably going to need both of them at one time or another. So let's see. We've got a refined obsidian bead. That'll be an osmium bead and an obsidian bead together. And it will need probably a block's worth of refined obsidian. Okay. So what we got to worry about then is the obsidian dust, right? So let's see, refined obsidian dust. We could, our diamond infuser and obsidian dust. Okay, that's easy. There's our diamond infuser. We'll just throw that in there. Now to get the powdered obsidian, let's see. Powdered. Okay, that's an issue. Let's go back here. Take this out. There's got to be some other option, right? Come on, leg. Okay. Obsidian dust from Greg Tech. It'll accept any forged dust. Any forged dust. So let's see. let's see how we might go about making obsidian dust. Well, we got Greg Tech, and we got Greg Tech. Okay, we could do crushing wheels. We could do the sag mill. There we go. We don't have that already, do we? Aha, we have a bunch of powdered obsidian. I wonder if this will just work. Let's find out. Yeah, looks fine. Throws it in there. Starts doing its thing. This'll get us our refined obsidian powder or what have you. There we go. Now we're just gonna toss this in here. Oh, we gotta give that thing some power. Let's give that thing some power. So each ingot's worth of obsidian and each refined obsidian dust worth of dust should get us one refined obsidian ingot. So let's see what's on the menu with this thing. We could we could make seeds too, huh? Seeds aren't a bad idea. Now I do the same thing with glowstone, and we'll get some refined glowstone. Here we go. Now we're gonna make a seed for this too, and then we can get rid of the osmium compressor. There's we got our refined glowstone. We're gonna make the seeds. And boy, am I glad I set up a nice spot. Do we have to light these things? I guess not. I don't know. They look nice. Anyway, we haven't been down here in a minute, but we got plenty of room up in the farm. Meanwhile, I haven't forgotten the colony. You've probably seen the colonists doing this and that, at least in the chat window. We have a level 5 university. It's very fancy, and it's researching the city upgrade for us right now, which will increase the population cap a little bit more. Okay, I was gonna set up a gas-powered generator, but it looks like we can make these from each other, but there's no way to get the mechanism ethylene. We'd have to do Greg Tech, and we're gonna have to set up a whole new shop for when we get into Greg Tech. Maybe yet another basement. We are gonna make the gas-powered generator just to satisfy the quest, though. And it's all familiar parts that we've seen before. Now, let's see what's next along this line. Okay, a pressurized reaction chamber. This we will be using. Now, there is a new thing in the recipe, these dynamic tanks, which we may end up having a use for. The mechanism tanks themselves that hold, they can hold up to 512 once they're at the top tier. Those are pretty good. We'll probably end up needing a couple of these to do different things. We are going to hook one up to our refined storage system in place of the osmium compressor here. Okay, there's that quest. And again, we're going to want to, I guess we'll probably do the fluids and the liquids, huh? The fluids and the items. I mean, fluids and the liquids. We're doing great here, folks. Okay, so it can't eject fluids. That's interesting. It can take them in. So we'll want to set these to none. Okay. Now what about gases? Okay, it can eject them. Are we gonna be taking them in? Well, I don't know. I don't know what all we're gonna be using this for. Let's see. Okay, HDPE pellets. That'll be oxygen and ethanol or bioethanol, or probably just water. Water and oxygen would get us the substrate. Well, here's something we'll definitely be using it for later. We'll need that. And then we can make plutonium pellets. Okay, okay. That's weird. Now we can make sulfur dust or charcoal dust. We probably don't actually need this thing here. That'll be going in a much larger setup once we get into fissile fuel. So the biofuel leads to the substrates. HDP, pellets. What do we use these for? We use them for sheets, or which will make... Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't know how important these are. Well, we'll need one for this, though, won't we? Yeah. Okay. That's down the line, and we'll save the fancy ore processing for farther down the line. I want to take a look. Well, maybe we will get into some of the more interesting ore processing. We'll see. I want to take a look at these here. Now, the configurator is going to need an energy tablet. So let's go ahead. I'm sure that we've already put an energy tablet in. So we haven't. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what all is involved. The energy tablet is sort of like the battery of mechanism. Where is it? They all look different now. There we go. We'll need a bunch of these, so we'll definitely make a recipe. There we go. Craft it up. Alright, one energy tablet. That's going to be used as a crafting component for quite a few things. We're going to want to make... Oh, custom portals. We got to power them. Be a 4x3 structure with the 2 blocks in the middle creating the portal. Okay, I see how it works. We would need a couple of these. I mean, with the waystones, we're probably not going to use them, so I'm just going to craft them. Ah, that's what we're going to use all that refined obsidian for once it finishes growing. Okay, I think we're going to switch gears entirely. We're going to move along to Extreme Reactors because the lava gen is starting to have a little bit of a tough time keeping up, and I would rather have a nice big nuclear reactor somewhere. We're gonna start by making the book if we can. We can't make the book. Okay. So we're gonna start, let's see, we're gonna need reactor casings. Do we have reactor casings? That's fluidizers. Okay, yeah, we're gonna start with a basic reactor, and that's gonna take graphite, iron, and sand of some variety. Let's, we're gonna use normal sand. Oh, we are in the wrong GUI. Alright, where'd that go? Our basic reactor casing, right? There's a fluidizer. There's a reactor controller. That's nice. We'll need that. Let's just see what happens if we try reactor. Okay, that's a little cleaner. Reinforced reactor casing. Basic reactor casing. Okay. And once again, we'll have to use normal sand in here. It'll always try to be making black sand. Oh, we already did one. Okay. I'm getting confused here. We're also going to make a reactor controller. And here's the recipe for the basic one. We are going to need a recipe for graphite, aren't we? I think that's just coal smelted. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to want a good amount of basic reactor glass. Throw that up there. We're also going to need like fuel input and output port. Oh, we're going to need a ton of these, aren't we? We'll need like 25 of these. Okay, we can use the uranium from all the ores. That's good. We got plenty of that. We'll throw that up there. We're going to need 5 fuel rod controllers. Reactor control rods. That's what we're looking for. Okay. I'll throw that up there. And we got solid access port, which we're going to need probably 2 of, actually. And then we got a charging port. And this is the power tap itself, which is where we're going to get the power from. Always more patterns. Oh, look, some useless ones. Down here by our Nature's Aura stuff, I thought this might be somewhere around here an okay place to put a nuclear reactor. What do we think? And we got the Ritual of the Forest here. Where could we put this? I mean, we could just put it outside here, right? Yeah, why not? So we're gonna need, let's see. We're gonna need a 7x7 platform in the bottom here. And believe it or not, this is slightly more efficient than just the 5x5 with the same amount of fuel rods. There's a very old video on YouTube explaining that. I wish I could remember who it was by, because I can't. We're gonna put our solid access ports here, right? Can't do anything with it yet. We're gonna want our reactor controller right here. I better go get that glass, but we're gonna have hot and cold here, and that's what's more or less generates the power in these things. We will eventually have access to fancy liquids that we'll be able to do very cold with, and even fancier reactors than this one. But we're going to start out with good old-fashioned blue ice. And before I forget, we're going to put a power tap on that thing. And then we're going to run glass around the sides. And this will form a nice multi-block when we have it all complete. And then we're just going to, except we're going to have glass all the way along here. And we're going to repeat this up to just below the top layer. All right. And then we're going to have reactor casings all over where the blue ice is. And you could really use any combination of casing and glass for where we have casings of glass. But we'll need the fuel rod controllers right up here. Okay, a lot of iron used here. There we are. Machine is too large. Oh, that's right. We can only build one of the nice big ones once we have the better materials. Alright, that's right, I remember. Okay, can we make it 5x5 but tall? I guess we'll soon find out. I think the answer is no. Oh, I forgot the ports, didn't I? We'll need those regardless. Let's see. Okay, so we did exactly the opposite that we wanted to do. At most 5 blocks in the Y dimension. Alright, we'll have to upgrade to the next tier pretty much as soon as we can. Aha! Finally likes it. Okay. So what we have up here, these are right now... We want all of these fuel rods to be inserted 100% of the way in. That means nothing's gonna happen. As we draw the fuel rods out, it'll allow uranium in. Let's see, we got a GUI here now, right? So that one, this one should be accessed inlet. And we're gonna give it a whole bunch of uranium. And we're going to take our little wrench. And we're going to set it to extract. And we should be getting it in here, huh? Oh, it's certainly going in somewhere. Okay, the rod's filled up. We got this one set to input, and it's actually starting to build up a buffer. This one is set to output. It should give us plutonium. We're going to have to turn it on, first of all. It's not going to do anything. We're going to have to take the rods out a little bit. We're going to take them all out, just 5%. And what is it doing here? It's producing an increasing amount of forge energy a tick. We'll see how it does. Okay, so just sort of at this very low level of activity, we're getting like, what, 250 thereabouts? Now I do want to pop an ender cell on here. We're going to set it to channel 2.
I'll take care of it.
And let's see, we're going to want it to... What direction are we facing here? I don't even know. Let's see. We are facing north. So north, we're going to want to extract, right? It's got nothing in it. Okay, I forgot you had to like right-click these with a spirited energy cell or any energy cell. We did a spirited. And it's going to hold a lot of power. Now, 10%, we're getting, some. We're getting 8,000 downstairs. So, let's see if we went to 50 with all of them, right? Let's see how we do here. I mean, it seems like it's making a good amount. Heat's going up. Okay, now we're getting like into the thousands of FE a tick. Still doesn't really compete with the lava gen. But we'll be able to, massively improve this once we have the materials necessary to make the more advanced one. Now eventually this is going to give us some plutonium. Getting just a little bit higher levels of radiation, reduce fuel burnup. Okay, it's very radioactive. What happens if we open it up all the way? Let's see. Okay, 3,000. Okay, we got our first cyanite as waste. This is what we're going to be using, I believe. Okay, so that's all turbine housing. Reprocessor. So we'll be using this for the turbines? What do we need for the advanced reactor? Let's see. That's the wrong thing entirely. That's Greg Tech. Here we go. Let's see. Reactor glass reinforced. It's this reinforced, okay, so we'll need, all we need is steel, huh? As it is, this thing is giving us about 1.5 magmatic generators worth of power. I didn't know the advanced was so easily in our reach. Okay, so another episode where things didn't really go the way I thought they would, but that's okay. We will continue to take a look at Extreme Reactors in the next episode. We'll upgrade to the next tier. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.